Honestly, the game just looked interesting because I had a PS2. My grandma had just bought me a PS2, and she didn't buy me any games for it right away. Instead, wait, did she? No, no, no. She did buy one game. She bought me one game and then rented another, and the game that I rented was Final Fantasy X. And I got it because I looked at it and I saw it and it looked interesting. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna go with. Please tell us which titles you like of the ones you've said you play. Oh boy. Let's see. So there we go. Final Fantasy VI is the most liked. Unfortunately, 10-2 isn't on this list, so I can't select that as my second most liked title, so I'll go with 5. And then I'll go with 10 for the third. Because those are my top 3 Final Fantasy games, by the way, in that order. 6, 10-2, and 5. I get a lot of raised eyebrows when I say that I liked 5, when I say that I liked 10-2. And the reasoning for it is purely the combat. The combat is the only thing, is the only saving grace with that game. It is easily the best combat in the Final Fantasy series. Are you familiar with the Final Fantasy Portal site? I think I saw it mentioned, but I don't really know. Please tell us any ways you enjoyed Final Fantasy in the last year other than playing video games. I got some merch because I bought the soundtracks. Oh, and I do have the FF14 lore books. Do you enjoy Final Fantasy with anyone else? Yes. Friends, significant others, all that good, happy, fun stuff. Do you consider yourself a fan of Final Fantasy? Please choose with 10 as the highest. Yeah, I'm a fan. I like the series. You want to share Final Fantasy series with other people on services like social media. I mean, I'm a streamer. Currently streaming Final Fantasy XIV. Just saying. I have streamed the other games in the past. You want to talk about / share the Final Fantasy series with you and your experience with family and friends. Yeah, I do that all the time. Well, not family, but friends, yes. Please tell us how high your expectations are for the Final Fantasy series in the future. I have extremely high expectations. Choose the area you live in. That one. But you did the survey, so you don't have to. I am bored. I have nothing else really to do, and this seemed like it could be worth a laugh. What does Final Fantasy series mean to you? It's an RPG. Like, it's a game, like... Oh god, these options. See, this is why I thought it would be good for a laugh. These are the options that they give you. I love it so much, I consider it an important part of my life. I love it. I like it. I think it's okay. I don't like it very much. I don't like it. Now imagine I answered all the previous questions talking about how much of a fan of Final Fantasy I am, and I answer this question with, I don't like it. No, I'm just gonna go with, I like it. you have any comments about the Final Fantasy series, please share below. In all caps, please release Final Fantasy Tactics War of the Lions on Steam with 3, we'll make it 5 exclamation points. Just in all caps. Love it so much I can't distinguish between real life and fantasy. Is this real life or is this just fantasy? There we go. And like I said, I typed out in all caps with a bunch of exclamation points, release War of the Lions on Steam. Seriously. Final Fantasy Tactics War of the Lions is probably the best game in the entire Final Fantasy series. It needs to be on Steam. We got War of the Lions on mobile, and I actually do have it on my tablet. It's one of the only games that I play on my tablet. I'd like to have it on Steam. Doesn't have to be a remake, doesn't have to be a remaster. Just give me a fucking port of the mobile version, put it on Steam. Come on, that's what you guys did for Final Fantasy III and Final Fantasy IV. You can do it with Final Fantasy Tactics. Tactics is better than both of those games. Okay. Silly survey done. Any other fun things? Oh, apparently Wook-Lamat's Japanese voice actor cleared Ultimate in Party Finder. Nice. Good for them. I don't know anything about the Japanese voice actress. I only know that she is apparently more liked than the English voice actress. You may have been. I am largely indifferent to her. Um, like I didn't hate him. First and foremost, I didn't hate Wook Lamont all that much. Wook Lamont gets a ton of hate. Some of it justified, some of it not. But I didn't really care too much about the voice actress either way. I did, however, think that she was an idiot for commenting, for making certain tweets. Definitely wasn't a fan of that. But that's a whole other thing. Oh, some people are starting to jump in the raid Discord. Let's set up my sound then. And hop in there. So, quick heads up. Should be fairly obvious. I should honestly put up like a marquee or something to, or a pinned comment or something. But during raid, chat interaction is going to go out the window. Apologies. I can still, on occasion, answer questions in chat. But for the most part, I'm going to be focusing on the raid. So if you ask something and I don't immediately answer, it's not because I didn't see it. It's not because I'm not paying attention to it. I'm just going on. You don't have to go silent. Like, you can still ask questions and such. Just, like, don't expect me to answer right away. At most, expect me to answer, like, between pulls or something. So, now let me hop into the Discord. Yo.
Yo.
So, again, I had to skip immediately. I had a friend calling me last night, so, I get it before, Darklit. Am I gonna be anchor for the water AoE, or am I flexing for that?
You are not anchor. The anchor is the tether that has the water.
The tether that has the water. Okay, so I do have to pay attention to that. I wasn't sure if I had to pay attention to that or not.
Yeah. The tether that has the water will always stay there. The other water will have to switch.
Okay. Is it always...
Only the healers they have to pay attention. Won't have to pay too much attention. And is it what?
So, like, the waters just go on random people, or are they on specific people? Like, does one...
people that get water.
Is one of them always a tether person?
Yes.
Okay. That's what I was curious about.
One of them is always on a tether, one of them is always not on a tether.
Okay. You know, that's what I gotta pay attention to then. Because I was looking over it to see what all I would have to think about and worry about, and from the looks of the raid plan, it's literally just the water, and if I am tethered and it's an hourglass. That's the only time I have to swap.
So you will swap. Yeah, you'll swap.
Yeah, I would have to swap with the tank if it's an hourglass. Other than that, I don't care.
Correct. You just gotta remember that you are moving to the southeast side of the arena. or southwest. Whatever side is opposite of me. I don't remember what side that is.
Yeah.
Yeah, southwest.
Yeah, because it's southwest, because that's the it's the same lineup that we do for light rampant.
Yep. Same lineup. And if you don't have a tether, make sure you're in on the sides of Shiva to get the cleave. And if you are a tether, make sure you're far enough out inside the tower to not get a cleave.
Yeah, that part's just like OG light rampant, where you have to have the tether people have to be at like the edge of the tower, and everybody else has to be inside the hitbox. And the only weird part about it is I have to remember that she's going to be off center during that.
Yep, slightly.
Yeah, so I'll have to move up a little bit more.
And then we're not using 2 minutes until they're both targetable.
Okay.
Because they both have 12 million health, and if we blow our 2 minutes right when Shiva's targetable, the damage discrepancy on Shiva will be too high to catch up.
Yeah, I forgot about that because they got Hand of Pain mechanics with the Mornifa.
Yes, and then we're doing 7-1, so you will always stack middle.
Yeah, you're doing 7-1 because Dark Knight is stupid and Garvy's a madman.
Dark Knight, because Dark Knight is literally too fucking strong for that mechanic. What's the point of having a mechanic that requires you to stack when you can have a tank that can mitigate all of it? I mean, Warrior can do it too, but Dark Knight just has a significantly easier time. I hope Darklit doesn't take us too long. I imagine
it shouldn't.
Wipes the Darklit. If we do well enough tonight, we might even go into Sim and start doing crystallized time.
Yeah, because that one we can practice in the Sim, right?
Yep. There's even another Sim thing called Solo Sim now that will actually do the mechanic with you.
Oh, neat.
Yeah, it's for solo people. And the AI inside of it actually does the mechanic. And then you pick what your role is and what debuff you want, if you want a specific debuff. So I might share that with people later.
Double checking the mid, and looks like the only thing I'm addling in the roommates phase is crystallized time.
Yes.
It's still weird to me that they didn't put in an addle on Memory's End.
Yeah, it's weird, but we figured that out. We adjusted it. Makes Memory's End do less damage, makes healers have to cast less before Reen's targetable again. I have to reprisal and shake the icelet. Okay. And then I reprisal crystallized time. Then I reprisal and shake the Hawkmorns. Hawkmorn times 4. Okay, that's the second 7-1 we're doing.
Yeah.
And then obviously reprisal carries over to the Mornifa.
And then Pandora is literally the easiest thing to remember because it's just every single Hawkmorn.
There's three mechanics. You just gotta memorize the 3 mechanics.
Yeah.
By the time we get to Pandora's box, we'll have seen every mechanic, and then it's just a matter of just doing them properly multiple times. Specifically the Exalines. You need to do the Exalines 3 times. You need to do towers twice. And then you need to do the slices twice.
Yeah, the Exa lines are absolutely going to murder some people the first couple times.
Yeah. They don't look super hard, but at least you can practice it in Sim.
Yeah, all of Pandora can be practiced in the sim, right?
No, only Exalines.
Oh, only Exa lines? I thought they had the towers.
The towers are not that hard. So
Okay.
the way the towers have been figured out is it's mostly on the tanks.
Yeah, I knew it was a tank mechanic. I just didn't know if it was like I just assumed it was the entire phase was in the sim.
No, it's not. It's only the lines. But the towers are basically a mute point at this point with the way people figure it out. Because you can have the healer stand in the middle, range stand on one side, melee stand on the other, and then you just the healers take their tower, then they run through. The DPS run through, stand in their tower, and the tanks are just doing the cleave mechanic. And then the cleave should never hit the party. And then you gotta do the whole mechanic on the edge of the boss's hitbox as a party. Because you can't be too close because of the dark tether, or too far because of the white tether.
Yeah, because that's same as fucking what the hell was it in 08 God Kefka, or Double Drill if you prefer, because that was the first time it popped up.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's kind of like Double Drill. It is basically the same thing.
Yeah, it's target to the closest and the farthest.
Yeah. And with the way we tank, I should be taking the first cleave on both. Which means the tanks also always have a guaranteed positions. It's just what side I'm on is dictated by what color is being cleaved first. And then the line mechanic. It's just tank, melee, ranged, healer, and you're gonna need to swap whenever it's your turn to take the front one. So you take the front one, then you swap sides. And it always has to be tank first, because the first one is actually different than the rest of the cast. It's actually a wild charge. And you actually can't have the tanks take the fourth one, because the auto attacks will kill the tank.
Fun.
Yeah, because it puts a vulnerability on you, and her auto attacks. She auto attacks both tanks at the same time, and they do both elements of her, both light and dark. So yeah, there's no cheesing that mechanic by having tanks take 2.
Yeah, it's a shame.
And hello, Kyrie. Sad to hear you now have sound.
Rip Kyrie's voice.
She must be heard.
You know the true tragedy of this? We won't be able to hear Skylar or the mascot.
Rue.
Oh, mascot's still at daycare, so we wouldn't have heard them. But it's the principle of the thing.
Hello.
Yeah.
Does this work?
Does it work?
No, it doesn't work.
Well, you respond.
Feels bad. It's not
No work.
working.
I responded to Orba, not to you. That
Wait,
time I
you-
responded to you.
Wait, I didn't know there was an achievement for going into Fantalia with Tingyun.
Yeah, you gotta kill her with Tingyun.
Yeah.
I invited Orbo.
Oh, yeah. My bad. Let's tap it, obviously.
Okay, time to die a bunch.